Hi, I'm Machelle Thomas. I work for Lincoln County Schools at Lowder Elementary, and this is me.
Beyond the numbers, scores, grades, and wins and losses, Lincoln County Schools desires to showcase real people, local families, real struggles, successes, and real stories that are part of our own untold story. This is a great place to work, learn, play, and grow, and we want our community to see the strength from our own. We are #LCS Strong to the Core. Machelle, thanks for joining us for our conversation. I want to start us off with a quote that says, "Strength does not come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming things you once thought you could not." What does that mean to you in your current job and place in life?
When I came to work for Lincoln County Schools, I was once told that I was not college material and that I would never go to college. It was impossible for me. And so I've had some struggles and things throughout my life, but I knew where my source was coming from and where my faith was coming from, and I was determined to not give up and to not fail.
And as an adult, you had a lot of more barriers that you had to get around and get over. And talk about that when you first started working for Lincoln County Schools, back when?
In 2007, I came on as a substitute teacher. I had been a paralegal for 7 years, and the legal field's sometimes not kid-friendly, depending on who you're working for or what type of law you're working in. So I came to work for Lincoln County Schools as a substitute teacher, did that for 1 year, and then I was hired here at Lowder for the before and after school care lead teacher in 2008. At the end of that year, they had decided to do the program, so I got riffed. And so I didn't have anything after June. And then the data manager retired during the summer, and then the data manager job came open at Lowder, and I interviewed again in August, was able to come back, and for 11 years I was the data manager.
And then this year, though, you've made a recent change, and you moved from data manager to
school counselor.
School counselor. Mm-hmm. So talk about that path for you as a working adult, going back to school and getting your degree. How challenging was that, and what were some of the things you had to overcome?
It was very challenging. At the time, I was a single parent, and so I was raising 2 kids on my own, and decided to go back because I was told I was not college material and I would never go to college. And so I went back to Gaston and got my 2-year degree. Then the doors opened up in Lincoln County Schools for me, and then I wanted something better for me and my kids. So I went to Gardner-Webb through the online program at Gaston College, got my 4-year degree, and I never thought I'd go back. And then I decided, we had a moment in our lives 10 years ago that defined everything for me, and I decided then I wanted to help people, and I never wanted anybody to not have somebody there for them during their moment of crisis. And so I called up Liberty University and asked about the school counseling program, and I started my master's journey a year ago.
Good deal. So you think about the people that have been a part of your life here at S-Ray Lowder since 2007. What does the family here at S-Ray Lowder mean to you?
Oh, it is a family. Even when I had my crisis moment, they rallied around me, they supported me, they loved me, and they have encouraged me every step of the way. And even when I was having moments of having some problems in math and having some problems with my biology and stuff, they would step up and come and help me and help me get through my lessons and everything. So they have been a huge support for me and a huge encouragement for me.
Good deal. You think about adults that have those life moments, maybe a single parent, maybe looking to go back to school. What's a word of encouragement that you would have for those people that have experienced or are experiencing what you've gone through?
To never give up. Don't let somebody tell you you can't do something, because you can. You just have to have the drive and the will to want to do it. And it's going to be hard. There's going to be a lot of sleepless nights. I would do my kids' homework and would go to ball games and everything they were involved with. And at 11 o'clock, by the time they were in bed and I got everything cleaned up, then I would start my studying. So there were a lot of 3 and 4 o'clock a.m.s for me.
A lot of sacrifice.
A lot of sacrifices, and I learned how to run on caffeine and coming to work on 3 hours sleep. But I wanted the degree and I wanted something better for us. And I knew what I could do, and I knew what I was capable of.
Way to keep striving. So why guidance? Why pick school counselor to go into this field? Talk about that as a day in the life of a guidance counselor.
No 2 days are ever the same. And I serve all the students from kindergarten to 5th grade. And I wanted to be there I wanted to make that difference in somebody's life, because someone had made a difference in mine. They believed in me, and they encouraged me, and they gave me chances and opened doors for me that would never have opened for someone like me. And I wanted to give that back to someone else. I want these kids to know I know where they come from. I came from a broken home raised by my grandparents. And it was a gentleman at my very first job out of high school that asked me if I was going to college, and I told him no, and he believed in me, and he brought me the college application. I had no idea the position he held at that college, but he got me in and started the door for me to go into college, and he said, don't ever think you can't do this. And so I want to do that for somebody else. When I needed somebody, there was nobody there for me that I could talk to and I could go to. And that's when I decided 10 years ago I was going to go into counseling so that I could help someone and be there for them and be that source and make that difference in their life so that they won't give up.
Mr. Carpenter nominated you because he felt you exemplified strength. Why do you think you're strong?
I was raised by wonderful, wonderful grandparents, and they were very strong. And they taught us that you don't give up. You overcome your situation, and you make the best of it. And you don't ever give up. And you keep, if you want something bad enough, you can work towards it, and you can make it happen. But you have to persevere, and you have to keep at it. Life is hard, and so things get tough. But you have to keep your eye on the goal. And for me, it was my 2 children, and I wanted something better for them and for me.
Those are definitely words that have that mean a lot across generations. Mm-hmm. Thanks for sharing that with us, Machelle.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me share a small part of my story. I am proud to be part of #LCS Strong to the Core.